let's do that one. Hello everybody, Old Guy Gamer here. That's what I forgot to do. I knew I was forgetting to do something. Today's New Mod Monday, and I forgot to change some settings here. Rain probability. So our new mod is called ATS Realistic Rain Fog Thunder Sounds by Cass. So we're going to check that out, see what it looks like. Cass is spelled K-A-S-S. Hopefully you guys, hopefully I like this mod. We'll check it out. See what it looks like. Go around the wrong side of the building. Seriously. I took the day off from recording yesterday. I'm gonna bet you guys didn't miss me. You got lives. You'll do alright without videos every day. But we're back. Checking out a rain mod. A little problem with my pedals here. You guys are doing all right. I hope this video turns out well. I didn't try this mod out before I installed it and decided to start recording. I just wanted to get playing, so I just installed it, and this recording is the first time I'm playing it since I installed this mod, so I hope it goes well. It's supposed to give us some realistic rain, fog, water effects on the windshield, water effects if it's like a lake or river or something like that. And it's supposed to give us realistic thunder and lightning, so we'll see. Get over here and pick up this load. Headed to Mississippi, Kansas. I tend to do that. I tend to use the brakes a little hard. And I accidentally come to a stop like that time right there. I gotta get a little bit better at that. Let's see if this freight's still here. Grenada, Mississippi. Let's see. It's Thursday at 2:30. It's expected Friday at 7:23. $33,000. Holy cow. For 44,000 pounds. I'll take that. I need to make some money. Where is this thing? Oh, it's up there. Well, I got lucky. I went the right way. Thought it was going to be in that little yard there. Why are my mirrors so messed up? That is very strange. I've never had my mirrors that far out. That is unusual. Let me just reset them here. I wonder why it did that. That one's still right, or correct I should say. Yeah, that one doesn't even show any of my truck either. Something happened with my mirrors. They changed without me knowing. That's looks about right. Alright, now we come back up. I haven't turned on the, I forget what it's called, the realistic trailering. Don't even, darn it, I don't remember what it's called. Where it's harder to couple the trailer. See how close we got. Yeah, it's a little off center. Yes. I've forgotten I talked while the camera was outside. It's a little off center. It's, Alright, let's go. Yeah, I could have just come straight and picked up that trailer. I went all the way around the world to pick it up. Right side up here. And my GPS didn't pop up automatically. That's nice. The thing normally pops up. I didn't even look at the GPS. I just assumed it was taking me back to the highway. Oh, that GPS gets me. There's the rain. I gotta look at the map. My goodness. So it wanted me to turn right out of there. So I'm just going around the block. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's see, 35 to 40. Get to ride the I-55 for a little bit. It's right off the highway there. Good. I like taking the highway routes. So, looks like that GPS setup is good. And it looks like we might be getting a delivery outside. So you're going to hear my dogs bark from the quote-unquote sleeper. AKA my downstairs family room. So the rain does look different. I don't know if it's more realistic, but it's different. Give it that. There's the lights. I don't know what the laws are in Kansas, but we'll turn them on. Gotta have them on when it's raining and using the wipers in my home state, so I'll assume it's the same here. Yeah, it does a thing where I can kind of see how they designed it, where the grids plop a bunch of water down, but they all kind of shrink into one. Some of the water drops are moving sideways. That's probably not too realistic, but it's better than I could do. I'm no programmer. I noticed it on the back window more, where bunch of drops hit in a circle shape, and then they all kind of draw towards the center, and then they roll down the window. I didn't notice the thunder. Turn up my monitor here. I don't know if I'll edit out the part where I went to the settings. I turned the rain up to high probability. It's almost all the way to the right on the sliding scale in the settings menu. So I'm going to bet that it's going to rain our entire time driving to Mississippi. Let's see. It's nice. I can hear the difference between the drops hitting the glass of the windshield versus the drops hitting the roof of the truck. The drops hitting the windshield are a little deeper in tone. The ones hitting the roof of the truck are a little higher, or pitch, I guess. A little higher pitch hitting the truck. Almost missed it. But I got it. I didn't miss it. Just almost. So obviously we're getting some flashes of lightning there. I don't even remember if the game has lightning without the mod. What the heck? There are no lights, no nothing. Just out of the blue. Well, at least I'm not too far off the road. I knew the turn was coming up. I hit the brake, the Jake brake, and I thought I'd see some sort of sign or reflector or something. Nothing. Oh, looks like the bus is going to wait for me to try and back out of here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I see you, bus. Yeah, you're not that close. Yeah, you're not that close. You'll survive. Just be patient. I should give myself like a 1 hour penalty to call the police and report the damage. Still got the Jake brake on. Tell you what, let me see if there's any damage. If there's damage, I'll wait it out and pretend I'm calling the police. If there's no damage, I'm gonna keep driving. So no damage to the cargo. I don't have to explain that to anybody, just my own truck, so I'm gonna keep moving. As long as the cargo's not damaged and I don't have to explain why, I don't have to explain anything, I'm gonna keep moving. I guess that's a good lesson. Raining, foggy, unfamiliar roads. Should have been driving slower. Oops. Glad there wasn't more buildings or... Well, if there was buildings, I probably would have seen them and slowed down earlier, but I thought that intersection was farther away by looking at the GPS. So I don't know, buildings and stuff might have helped me avoid that crash, or it might have made it worse. So whatever, we'll figure it out. We'll stop and see how much it costs to bring the truck back up to 100%. I'm just glad the freight wasn't damaged. So much for driving during the daytime when it's easier to see things. Man, this rain mod, it's pretty cool. I guess you could say it's realistic. It obstructs your view, but not completely. Well, it doesn't obstruct your it doesn't obstruct your view. It reduces your visibility, I guess I should say. We've got 4 hours left. It's too early. I don't want to stop yet. I know that rest stop looks appealing, but I don't want to quite stop at 6:30 in the evening. That puts me back on the road at 2 in the morning. I'd rather wait. Hopefully there's another stop a couple hours down the road. Generally, I tend to think that there are more rest stops more often on the eastern half of the U.S. Seems like out west they are few and far between. Is it actually clearing up? Maybe not for long. That rain probability has turned way up high. So when I was a kid, I used to play this game in my own head if I was by myself, or with other people if they were in the car with me, where I would try and name every car. That was approaching from the other side, you know, the oncoming lanes, just by its headlights. I got pretty good at it. I don't know how good I would be at that game if I played it anymore. It always got a little interesting when you'd see a string of 10 or 15 cars in a row and you had to... I mean, just identifying them by the body style was difficult. At night, I would try and name all the cars based on their headlight shape and location on the car. It's a tough game, but it definitely made me be able to pick out cars and identify them. This mod changes the shadows, it looks like. The reflections of the cars in the wet road. I was wondering what that is, but that's it. It's the reflections of the cars in the wet pavement. Without the mod, you see the reflections of the lights in the wet pavement, but not the shadow of the whole car. I was thinking about that game I played when I was younger, because I was wondering if I could do that in this game. Is there a point where you could get so good at naming the cars on the other side of the highway that you could name them all as they passed? The trucks, you probably could. It's a truck driving game. I wonder if you could do that with the cars, though. You can really hear that rain when the truck's not on, when it's coasting. You can really hear the subtle differences when you don't have the truck engine in the background. Alright, I think I see a rest stop up there. Hopefully that's a rest stop, not just a way station. It'll be interesting to see how the audio records with all this extra rain, thunder, and lightning doesn't make noise, but all the extra rain and thunder noise. What do you guys think of this rain mod? Do you know of any better ones? Is this one better than most? I've actually never put a rain mod on any of my truck profiles. Never really thought about trying it out. I like it. I don't have too many mods on this profile running right now, so I might just leave this one active. I'll turn the rain probability down so that I don't have to deal with rain 24/7. I'll probably just move it back to where it was before. But I like the more realistic rain. It's pretty cool. And since I approve, I'll put a link or something. Oh, that was just a way station. I'm gonna have to look at the map and see where I can stop. The guy's already yawning. But since I approve of this mod, I'll put a link somewhere in the description about how you can find it. If I can't find a good link, I'll just give you the name of it so you can search it on your whatever. You can search for it. I'd really like to look at my map right now, but I try not to do that when I'm moving because I wouldn't do it if I was driving. I don't really want to have to stop. This is where it would be helpful to have a mod where I could sleep in the truck as long as I had a sleeper. Unfortunately for me, that wouldn't help me right now because I don't have a truck with a sleeper. I'm making this run with a day cab. That would make the game a lot easier for trucks with sleepers. I guess you could offset the easiness of the game with that imaginary app. You could offset the easiness by making it harder by saying the day cab, if you're driving a day cab, you have to stay at a motel or a hotel. You can't just pull on the side of the road and stop at a rest stop because you don't have a bed. You have to stop at a motel. I think that would make the game interesting too. So you've got a detriment if you're driving a day cab, and you've got a benefit if you're driving a truck with a sleeper. Oh, and on the subject of mods, I thought of another mod today. I was just driving around. Yeah, I know. I'm tired. Show me a place to stop and I'll stop there. I thought of another mod while I was driving around that someone can create. It has to do with the speed of all the cars in the AI world on this game. If the speed limit is, say, 55 miles per hour, I can set the cruise on my truck at 58 or 59, 3 or 4 miles over the speed limit, and no one ever passes me up, and I can pass everybody up. So what that means is, as long as I can go 3 or 4 miles per hour over the speed limit, I can just camp out in this left lane and no one ever passes me. I'm never in anybody's way because I'm going faster than everybody. So my idea was, you would think that someone would have come up with a mod by now that introduces some sort of variable where, some cars go the speed limit, some go 4 over the speed limit, some go 10 over the speed limit. That's my idea. So someone take that challenge and run with it, because I couldn't do it. Oh man. No rest stops in view now. I wanted to stop at 9 o'clock. Here it is, 10:30. Still haven't stopped. And there's not a rest area in sight. There's not even a road in sight. I have a feeling I'm going to be getting some fines for not sleeping long before I get to a rest area, and I will probably be fined multiple times before I get there. So what do you do when you're driving and you're getting sleepy? I know the correct answer is you should pull over and get some rest, but what are your tricks to help keep yourself awake? Roll down the window. If you do that here, you're getting wet because it's raining. You turn on the AC, blow it right in your face. Does that keep you awake? I don't know, I've never tried that one, but I've heard of people trying that one. You turn the radio up, sing along to the music. Or just turn it up just to hope that the volume keeps you awake. Alright, let's go 45 miles an hour here. My goodness. Or do you just drive faster to stay awake, maybe? The intensity and adrenaline of it forcing you to stay awake. I wouldn't recommend that one, by the way. Breaking the law and being more dangerous, never a good idea. I've heard of people getting out and doing, like stopping on the side of the road and doing some calisthenics. Oh, you know what? I hit the wrong... I had my fingers hovering over the keyboard and I hit a button to steer instead of use the turn signal. Oops. Get out on the side of the road and do some jumping jacks, some push-ups, some sit-ups. I don't use the keyboard for steering or for turn signals, but for some reason I had my fingers hovering over a button, and I've been playing some other games where that is the method of movement, and I found myself doing that just for a second there. Alright, let's check this map again. No rest area in sight. Here come the fines. By the time this video is done, this might be a all-time record rainfall. Probability is turned up so high it's gonna be raining the entire trip except for that one little section of Kansas where it stopped for a little bit. Minutes left until rest. I see a road up there on the map that is still really far away. We'll have to see. I'm not too familiar with the geography yet on this map. I wonder if that's Little Rock. I do know I'm in Arkansas. I saw the sign. It is 12:40 a.m. I wanted to stop almost 4 hours ago. Is there a place in the US where you can drive for 4 hours and not see a stop for gas or for rest, or I don't think there's even been an exit. I guess I'll consider that playing with the GPS while I'm driving. Zooming out. I just realized how low on gas I am also. Yikes. I just dozed off there for a second. Maybe the good people at Chevron will think I'm making a delivery. Every once in a while I do a video and I learn something new. I didn't think they did that thing anymore where they closed your eyes and I'm like slamming on the brake as I'm getting ready to drive into that truck that just passed. I didn't think it did that anymore. I thought it just gave you a fine, because I've gotten fines for not pulling over to sleep Man, that was a long stretch with no stops. No stops available, I should say. I guess he's letting me go. Well, I thought he was stopping to let me go. Maybe not. Why are they stopping like that? That is... I'm not sticking out in the road. Well, let me check. No, I'm not out on the road. Alright, the white vans turn left. Come on, dude, just go. All you are is in the way. There we go. Come on. My sleeping spot is right next door. I'm gonna pull in and block all 10 parking spots or whatever they got. I don't even care. See? I'm just gonna sleep. You know what? I'm going to end this video right here. I got my sleep. It's 11 in the morning. Come back to the next video. We'll continue the trip. I don't know if we'll be able to make it or not, but yeah, we'll be able to make it. We're only 5 hours away. So come back to the next video. We'll wrap this trip up and make some money. Until next time.